capsize because they hit a sofa.
Yeah. And die of terminal kind of gut rot or something.
Yeah, that's really weird. Where are they from?
Different countries.
How did they get here?
On a big raft. That's the one they're going to put them on again. It's all right. They're going to give them a TV. They'll be fine. Oh, God.
You're a horrible person.
We're going to hell. I know
Not
that.
us. Not us.
I'm taking you with me.
I'm on board. I think this is a great thing for the refugees of the world.
Hey, as you look up at the sky and around for a lightning bolt.
When other refugees watch the Olympics on their high-definition televisions,
Yes.
they will be inspired.
Yes, they will. That is a good boat. That's a really good raft.
I
wish we had that raft.
I should.
Then there's a story about the Olympic swimmer that actually jumped overboard, put a rope around her, and rowed her boat and her family and other refugees to shore for 17 miles. Did you hear that story?
No, what are you talking about?
She's an Olympic swimmer. When she was escaping her country, and I think it was probably to Europe somewhere, actually got in the water when their boat broke down and tied a rope on and swam the boat to shore. Anyways, I may have dreamt that, but I think that's
Can't be real.
that's true actually.
Yeah, so they're
Olympic swimmer.
they are. There's a couple that look like they're swimmers. A couple.
Well, no, she's not on. She's on.
Yeah, I'm saying a couple judo and a couple track.
Yeah.
Running track
Have
and field.
any TV repair people? That would be handy out at sea. We have direct TV, but we're not getting any reception at all.
Where are they from?
They're from all over.
Okay.
I'm doing a generic accent. It will be whatever you think it to be.
Oh, you really are a horrible person.
Oh, boy. All right. I love the Olympics. I had great dreams, Nate. I had great dreams.
I've been watching the Olympics, and that has not been on NBC primetime.
What's that? The refugees?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and that actually surprises me a little bit.
It's been on MSNBC all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Oh. I watched them walk out in the opening ceremonies. They talked about the refugees.
I didn't watch that, but
that's where I first heard of them.
That's interesting. There was before you brought that up, I know I was going to say something. I was talking about Michael Phelps being a pothead. There was something else that I wanted to say.
The raft is being made by China.
It
was
Stop
a little bit.
What are you doing? Oh, did you see that they used imitation Chinese flags for one of the ceremonies?
What's an imitation Chinese flag?
Made in China.
Yeah. What was the hullabaloo? I never did get to the thing. Somebody's bitching about it.
Yeah.
It wasn't correct or
made out of paper. I don't know.
Maybe it had too many stars.
I have no idea. I don't think so.
It's like that. It's like that flag that obviously it was. I found in my grandfather's closet. It was an American flag and only had 48 stars on it. He got ripped off.
Oh, that's not right. Huh. Did you really find one?
No.
Oh, because that'd be kind of cool.
And U.S. Customs says that any number of flags is appropriate to fly as a U.S. standard. If you want to fly one with 13 stars, that's perfectly fine. 26, 32,
really?
158.
But I'll tell you what you better do. If you are one of the best gymnasts in the world,
yes,
and you're representing the country at the Olympics,
yes,
and you're an American,
yes,
and you are up there for the gold medal with your team, and the national anthem plays,
yes,
you had better put your hand over your heart.
Why?
Otherwise, everything you've ever done in your life will be
ruined.
forgotten about.
But that.
And your reputation will be ruined because people care so much
about that.
About where you put your hand. Now, I will tell you.
Michelle Obama didn't do it.
I will tell you. Right. U.S. flag code is very clear.
Yeah.
It says exactly what to do.
Yeah.
And that is put your right hand over your left shoulder. Or I mean.
Your left breast.
Over you. Well, it says near shoulder or whatever. But over your heart.
Yeah.
Your hat is supposed to be on your shoulder and your hand over your
If
heart.
you're wearing a hat.
If you're a male.
Yeah.
Your
Right.
headdress, I guess it says.
Right.
Which, thinking about it, that's
It's
kind of exclusive. Or right? Yeah.
Well, it was written when men wore hats all the time.
What I'm saying, does that include a turban?
I wouldn't think it would, but I don't know.
It says headdress.
You notice all baseball players, they generally take their hats off.
Yeah.
Sign of respect.
And it's the right thing to do.
Football players are supposed to take their helmets off.
Yep. And if you're in uniform, you're supposed to salute. Right. Military.
If you're wearing a cap, yep.
Yep.
And you're supposed to be, I think, if you're outside.
Yeah.
Maybe all. I mean, there's rules about wearing a cover inside, and I don't know all of them, but.
So, I mean, do you think...
I think if you're under arms, if you're carrying arms, you can wear a hat inside, but you're supposed to have your hat off when you're inside.
Yeah, because if you have a gun, no one's going to yell at you for having a hat on.
It would be like police. That's what they're talking about.
So,
military police.
No, do you think it's a big deal that she didn't do it?
Me? No.
Yeah.
I think you have freedom to do what you want to do, and it's her decision.
Yeah,
she has to live with it.
Sure.
Same with saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't think anybody should have to say that either.
Yeah, I agree. But what I'm saying is, I don't know. She probably should have, but just because it would have saved her a lot of grief. But you know what? I don't think, and I don't know, I haven't seen any reports, maybe someone interviewed her, but I don't think that she actively said, you know what? I'm not going to put my hand over my heart because screw the system or something like that, right?
Well, I think maybe it's pretty exciting, and you're probably under a lot of stress, and you might not be thinking straight. But and the other issue with that is the stupid fencer who wore a hijab, and people are talking about she's a Muslim American, and she wore the scarf, the hijab.
Yeah.
Well, underneath her headgear when she fought, everybody's saying, "Oh, how courageous she is! Oh my goodness, it's so wonderful." Hillary Clinton, our first woman athlete that wore a hijab. Oh, it's just so wonderful. Listen. Why does she go to Afghanistan and take it off? Then I would say, it's courageous and all this stuff.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't know that it's
I'm
courageous.
not saying it's bad, but I don't think you should make a damn deal about it.
Courageous. I did not hear Hillary
Clinton. If I
want
to wear a babushka on my head.
I did not hear Hillary Clinton congratulate our first gold medal winner of the Olympics.
It's strange that.
That's weird, right? That was a female.
Trump did, I think.
Probably. Oh, that was the other thing that I wanted to add on here that we can get to at some point was his comments.
About?
The Second Amendment.
I don't know what they were.
Really? Yeah.
You want some? You want some?
That was it.
Is that what he
you
said?
Want some Second Amendment?
Yeah, I'll give you some Second Amendment. This is what he said about you.
He doesn't seem like a very bright guy.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you going to do? What was this? You have a soundbite or?
No, I should have. I meant to, but I got too busy.
You got too busy
cleaning
talking
up
about
after you. Burger King is what we were talking about. And
how they don't get $15 an hour for this idiot that
it's because they can't count change.
Couldn't figure my change out, and then didn't give me my damn drink. Anyways, we won't have to worry about him anymore.
Why? Because he upset Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
No, look.
Well, we're doing a lot of lead-ins. We're not going anywhere.
This is a show.
Jeez, it's got lots of segues. We're just letting them slip right by.
This is the Segway show.
We don't segue.
And in other news, we're doing a show about Segways.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Coming up next. Okay.
Segue.
So he was giving a speech to someone, I'm not sure, and he talked about, imagine if Hillary Clinton becomes president, the judges that she'll appoint to the Supreme Court. And
all those Second Amendment people.
They'll take away your guns. And then people yelled some stuff. I didn't quite catch it. I didn't listen that closely. And he said, there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. And then he said, well, you Second Amendment people, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right? And so...
Oh, the implication was...
Yeah, that he was saying the Second Amendment supporters, what you can do is assassinate Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's trying to,
that's what the left
tag it with.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
I think that's what he meant, but he...
maybe?
He had an out because he could say, well, I meant, through voting.
Yeah. But there's also this idea of what does the Second Amendment mean and why was it written in the first place?
To take out Hillary Clinton?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay, I was wrong.
You don't know?
No.
I think you know.
What was
you
it?
might just be afraid to say it.
I don't want to say it because I'll be put on a watch list.
Right. Right.
So what does it say? I mean, what was it for?
Yeah, well, I think pretty clearly
to
it was
stop
for
the slave uprisings?
hunting.
Oh. Or I thought it was just for the plantation owners to quell any kind of race riots.
Was that it?
Well, that's what the blacks have said. Some blacks have said that. Really, that's what the Second Amendment means, is because they want to quell all of the black uprisings from the slaves.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever reading that.
Ever.
Or hearing about that.
And that didn't happen, actually. But no, what I'm saying is I'm pretty sure the Second Amendment is about not letting the government get too powerful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like not letting the government do things like take your guns away, right? Mm-hmm. It's a means
stop you from blowing off fireworks.
It's a means to fight back against tyranny.
Right.
Which I think if they're coming and taking your guns away,
it's a good.
That's pretty close to the time where you either better do something or it's too late. Right?
You're treading on dangerous ground there.
Me?
There's landmines all over.
Me?
Yeah.
Saying that after they take your guns, you're screwed?
No, that you shouldn't let them
true.
take your guns so you can start shooting them then. That's what I got out of your statement.
Is it?
Just me, maybe.
Okay, well, yeah, you're kind of like the liberal media that'll say, Nathan said that you should assassinate Bush.
Well, it's like the Don't Tread on Me incident. You hear about that? A guy sues a business or something because a coworker had a hat, I think, that said "Don't tread on me."
Yeah.
And the coworker said, "Well, stop wearing that. That's racist, and I'm offended by it." And he kept doing it and stuff. And it finally, I don't know if they let him go or fired the guy for wearing the hat.
Yeah, the guy that was wearing the hat.
And then he sued. And the equal opportunity employment thingy, feds looked into it, and they looked at the history of the flag, and their conclusion was basically, well, we don't see that it's racist because it looks like it's used as a guide against tyranny, and for God's sakes, the United States Navy uses it, right?
Still,
and they just recently allowed them to wear it on their uniforms now, certain uniforms, so. But they said, we could see a couple of instances where maybe it could possibly, sort of, sometimes, maybe with some people, be considered racist. And they didn't say how.
Right.
So they haven't really come out one way or the other on it definitively. But people are worried they're going to ban it. But they're not going to ban a flag.
Well, just like the Confederate flag, right, was never banned.
No.
But that was the big thing is, they're going to ban the flag, or they did ban the flag. Or
if you Google, I didn't do it, I should have done it, red flag laws of the 30s, it was against the law to fly a red flag because it was considered a communist symbol. And there were two guys in Michigan that actually got arrested and sent to prison up in the Upper Peninsula and went to the Michigan Supreme Court. And they said, no, you really can't, prosecute someone for their communist beliefs. And you went after that instead of the fact that they were flying a flag. So they overturned it. Unfortunately, the guy died a few years later. So at one point, I think it was against the law to fly a red flag, at least in Michigan, but I thought it was a national thing.
I don't know. The
Red Scare.
Red flags rule was created by the Federal Trade Commission in 2008.
Okay, this is put communist red flag law in U.S., something like that.
1865?
I don't know if it was, I don't think it's that old. I want to say the 20s and 30s. Do I have to do it? I don't have to do it.
Don't do it.
All right.
Keep the audience entertained.
Okay. Give me land, lots of land under starry skies above.
Lots of states.
Fence me in. So it was state by state's not a federal thing?
During the Red Scare of 1919 through 20,
there we go.
In the United States, many states passed laws forbidding the display of red flags, including Minnesota, South Dakota, Oklahoma, California.
Michigan's got to be in there because this was a Michigan case.
In Stromberg versus California, the United States Supreme Court held that such laws are unconstitutional.
So there you go. They tried to ban flags, and Now it's really
is
hard to
not
do that.
in this Wikipedia article at all.
Okay.
And we all know how reliable Wikipedia is.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Written by the same people.
So